All right, so a guy I grew up with's got a big shop downtown. He's done extremely well, extremely successful, and he's got plenty of employees and all that. So what I've decided to do is just go ahead and let him do my BMW, because I'm waiting on parts for the 240. So if I pull the 240 off, then just start on the BMW, then I'm on hold on the 240, and if I have to wait on parts for the BMW, I'm stuck. So I'm ready to talk to them. I'm supposed to take it tomorrow and drop it off. I have the clutch and all that, and I should have everything they need. And their lead mechanic's the one going to do it, and he's a little younger than me, but he's been doing cars since he was a kid. You know, Chesserenterprises is his name. But he's been, he does ambulances and police cars and stuff for the city, and diesel motors and diesel trucks and all kinds of different things. So he's got a lot more experience than what I got as far as just basic mechanics. So I'm actually mowing today. I'm gonna do some mowing, and I guess tomorrow I'm gonna turn the BMW over to them. I've got to figure out how to get it dropped off and stuff. But it's kind of odd letting somebody else work on a car. It's just weird for me. Everything we've got, I work on and have worked on. You know, we've got a yard full here that I got hopes and dreams of K-series swaps and B-series swaps, and then the fully built S13 deal with the 1J and the 14 and the IS300, my son's car. And so I'm going to accept that I can't do them all. And he's gave me a pretty fair price on changing it out. It being an all-wheel drive and stuff, they're going to change the clutch on it and stuff for me. So, yeah, and I trust them. So they work on stuff every day. They're a retail mechanic shop. So, they turn wrenches every single day. That's what they do for a living. That's how they make their money. So, you know, and that way, if there's something wrong or something's not 100% right, I got somebody to take it back to and complain, hey, this isn't working right. Instead of me doing something and having a problem, then I just park it and I'm stuck with that problem until I can get it back on the lift. So, yeah, so I'm gonna wash my hands of the BMW clutch and just go ahead and let somebody else do it, because I won't get to it. And it's a pain to drive, and I just want it done. So, kind of swallow my pride here, I guess, if you will. And yeah, so I'll get that thing dropped off tomorrow, and yeah, we'll let them take care of it. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna finish mowing, and I'm about done for the day. I'll get all this knocked out, and maybe we'll work on some cars, maybe we'll work on a rental, I don't know. I do have a couple of rentals with some issues. We've got to get to those, so we'll probably be working on some rentals maybe the next couple of days here or somewhere. We'll probably have something going on. So, but either way, that's what's going on with the BMW. So maybe one day the BMW will pop up and it'll have a clutch in it, and we can turn it up and enjoy that thing. So, all right, here we go. So, all right, I got a couple of packs of O-rings, and I'm gonna kind of show you what I bought off of eBay. It's just something to, I guess, where this 2JZ motor, there's so many different oddball, whatever you want to call it, O-rings. I just got to, let me show you what I got. So I got two different packs of O-rings. I got this right here. It's a universal, it's the standard SAE stuff. And you can see what that is. And then that was 407 pieces. And then I got 419 pieces from this brand. And this should be, I think it's metric somewhere, it should say. Yeah, I think it's metric, all millimeter stuff, yeah. So I'm gonna open these two boxes and try to see if there's an O-ring this size, and that's what I'm needing. And then I need to break the flywheel off or flex plate, knock the rear seal off and get that done. And once I pull that off and clean that up, put a new rear seal in, I'll be ready to put that back together and go ahead and put the pan back on this thing if I can match that O-ring. So let's dig through it and see if we can't find the right O-ring. So this is the actual kit. So it comes pretty organized. That's your O-rings. And so when you take one out, so if you're trying to find your size, you take one out, you can tell that you're missing one. Just kind of, you know what I mean? So it ended up being this size. I got it on there. Seems a little thick. It might not be just right, but I think it'll be okay. I'll check it. I'll Google the factory measurement, and that should be able to tell me, according to the box here, what size. If it'll focus there. But that one was the closest one. This one would kind of push out. This one was too small. This one would push out. That one was too big. That one is the perfect fit. Just it seems a little thick. It may spread out or push down more. I think it'll be okay, but I'm gonna research and make sure the right size, the correct diameter, and match it with this. But that's what they look like. Pretty cool little deal. Got it off of eBay. So like I say, there's a standard O-ring and a metric. So if you need an O-ring set, check those out on eBay. I got them, they were in like the same deal. So I just bought them together. One was metric, one was standard. So if that's something you need, those are definitely on eBay. So check those things out if you're hunting some O-rings. So, all right, here we go. So I know the 2JZ content's just kind of scattered throughout the videos and all that, but that's how I have to work on everything. So like I ordered these O-rings. I'm waiting on so I ordered the bell housing for this, and I have to get the bell housing. I'm gonna change it, put the transmission back in, and then get an accurate measurement for the drive shaft and get that ordered. I'm gonna order a new drive shaft. So, but I want it in and it pulled up tight to get the correct measurement. I think this one was too long. I do believe, after looking at it and thinking about it, so what happened is you got the piece that goes into the transmission. I think that maybe when I slid it sideways trying to get the shifter to work, it put it in a bind and it caught back up against itself, and that may have been the bind that it got into. It's the only thing I can come up with. So I want to get the bell housing in, the new one, when it gets here, and get the correct measurement on it. I did find out that whether it's their name's Drift Motion actually can make my AR5 to my S14 diff drive shaft. So and they have the bell housing too. So I went ahead and ordered the bell housing. I'll get all this installed, and then when the bell housing, you know, all that's in and whatever, I can get an accurate measurement and get with them and get my AR5 to S14 rear diff drive shaft made. So, so that's kind of dragging on. I don't want to pull it off the lift and move everything around and then start on something else, then be waiting, and then, you know, I won't be able to get the measurement, then, you know, all this. I want to do it while it's on the lift. So I'm holding up on my BMW, and I've been waiting on these O-rings to come in to try one of them. It actually fits a little better now that it's set on it a little bit. You can see it's not too bad. I think it'll be okay. I'll pull the rear seal and get all that ready and start trying to make an effort to move this thing forward a little bit and get it ready to, after I drop the motor out of the IS300, I'll be ready to set this in, and I'll be waiting on the head. I think I still got to get the head from the machine shop I want to put the head on it, and that way, so when I go in, I don't have to tear that one down to get this one in. So I'm going to try to put it together without having to wait on all the parts off of that one. So get a new crank sensor, use the good lower pan off of something else. I've got one over here. Go ahead and drill it, tap it instead of pulling that one. So one out, one goes right back in, and I can tinker with that one in disassembly later. So yeah, I think that's my goal. But all right, that's what I've got this O-ring figured out, I think, and I've got my bell housing ordered, and we're waiting on drive shaft, and maybe tomorrow I'll go ahead and pull this rear seal and stuff off and get that started. And should be maybe this week. I may have to head back for this bottom end here, so we may get the lower pan, get it drilled and tapped, and get it all put on after I get this rear seal done. Roll it over and go ahead and put the head back on it, and measure for the buckets and get all that done. Get the cams back in it, and this thing will be ready to set in that other car. So we may go ahead and try to get that done next couple of days here at the shop. So, all right. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hey, like, subscribe, share, you know the whole nine. If you want to pick up some merch, go to Chesserentermotorsports.com, and yeah, follow us on social media. We're Chesser Motorsports, Chesser Drifting, all the above. Search all that stuff. We're on Instagram. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. All right, here we go.
I'm feeling high. I'm feeling high. I'm feeling high. I'm feeling